I'm surprised we're asking the question today. When I saw Sherm, our boy, our dude, our friend, our guy, say at halftime, I don't understand why they're not firing him right now. I was like, I'm with Sherm on that. Because I thought, honestly, the players had spoken. You don't have to wait to hear what we say on this desk or what we say up here talking football, what anybody say on any show. You just got to look at this football game and see that the players were speaking. I mean, this is the NFL. And then people talking about, well, they got players hurt. It's still the NFL. And we said, everybody can play in this league. Everybody can play in this league. 63 points on your unit, That's his unit. That's your defensive unit.
Yep.
You give up that many points. I don't know how you line back up next week and get back in front of these guys and say anything. That's why I thought he wouldn't be back on that football team, because I know those guys, if they shut you out on the football field, I don't know what are you going to say in a locker room, or what are you going to say in a meeting room that'll get them going. So I was shocked. You know, I watched early on in the week, you know, just kind of see things, and I was watching Sean Merriman mess with the Raiders. He was putting out a national Hug the Raider week, fan week, or whatever. And the intensity in which those Raiders hit the football field. You know, Antonio Pierce had made this game personal. I thought that was a great show of a guy that's trying to get a job, and the players speaking. That's our coach. And a guy and a team that needs another coach. And the team was speaking. That's not our coach. I thought that on the field at the same time was a hell of a contrast for you as a viewer to see. I thought, yeah, absolutely. He shouldn't come back for the second half. I was with Sherm. I was with Sherm. Give somebody else an opportunity to see what you have here, because you have talent, you have everything on this team, and that's what you get on the football field. That's just not good.
When should he be fired, Skip? We off the air with 9:30. I predict that he'll probably be gone by noon. That's kind of what I predict. You know, they get a little mini bye, so to speak. You said they scored 63 on the defense, right? Well, hold on. That's a little mean. They didn't score 63 on the defense. They scored 56 on the defense. Jack Jones picked 6. So let's not do him like that. They scored 56
I was wrong.
on his defense. If my math is... Or whatever, 49, a fumble return. Yeah, okay, a pick, so 49. Please. Any other coach in the National Football League that has been with a team, Skip, for 3 years, comes to podiums after every single game.
He does.
And gives you a different excuse as to why we lost or why my defense plays bad. I have a problem with the management, the ownership group, and the Spanos family and the decisions that are made out of that building. Because when I look at recent history and I look at Anthony Lynn, who I know very, very well, who is a dear friend of mine, I take exception with how you treated him.
I agree with that.
Okay, as a coach that took you to the playoffs, won a playoff game.
He did.
Played with a rookie quarterback after starting quarterback. Your doctor punctured his lungs because he didn't know where to hit the needle at.
Very good point.
Then you get Justin Herbert, who takes Kansas City into overtime in his second game in 2020. We all remember what 2020 was.
Oh, man.
You know, so you expect for players and team to not get out of their mind while they're on the field what's going on in the world and still be dominant in play. But you say, no, I'm going to go get Brandon Staley because he coached for Sean McVay and he knows what he's doing. Dude was like in high school 4 years ago coaching or something like that. Now, all of a sudden, he's going to be the prize for you. And then you go out there and you spend money, you trade, you load up, you get J.C. Jackson, you pay Bosa, you trade for Khalil Mack. You load up on the defense because he's supposed to be a defensive-minded coach.
Well, he was the Rams defensive coordinator when they
everybody, for whatever reason, or the Rams DC. Okay, no, not when they won a championship. I don't think, was it? Was it when they won the Super Bowl? Because I thought it was Raheem when they won the Super Bowl. I thought it was Raheem that won the Super Bowl. He was there the year before.
They did.
They had success.
Yes, they did.
So you're going to pluck him off that tree thinking you're going to have success. You left Sean McVay at L.A. with the Rams. You didn't get Sean McVay.
No.
You got a guy that was standing on the sideline with him. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, the excuses are health. Oh, he's hurt. Everybody's hurt. I watched Mike Tomlin win with hurt players.
Right.
Okay? I watched Cincinnati win with hurt players. I watched Sean McVay win with no players. So that's not an excuse to me. The excuse is you made a bad hire. So now you got to do the right thing for the players in that locker room. Because like Michael said, I don't need to talk about it up here. I can look at them and tell they didn't quit on each other. They quit on him because they ready to back the U-Hauls up and get on with vacation in next year. That's the reality of it. I've been in them locker rooms. I've been on those type of teams.
More of this. You're going to let's tell them about tomorrow. You're looking at what you saw yesterday. We're talking about it today. You're going to see more of this. There is no getting around it. You're going. Let me tell you why. And let me tell you why you make changes when people do make changes. Because they've already said, we're not playing for this. We're not playing for you. And we know you're not going to be here next year.
I've been there, Michael.
So telling us, well, we're going to remember this and all that ain't going to matter because you ain't going to be here. Now, when you make a change, they don't know if that other coach that you got right now is going to be here next year. So they need to make sure they put the foot down and let them know who they are right now. I'm going to be on this team. This is who I am. That's why you see people making changes in midseason. These players, I just don't know if he can get them up for a game again, and you're just going to keep seeing more of this.
No, it's a wrap. It's over, Mike. I've been here. I've been 1-15. I played for Richie Kotite. I know what that skip. I know what that looks like. When all of a sudden you come in the meeting, you come into the room with 3 games to go or 4 games to go, and you're like, man, where's so and so? He ain't here yet. We got meetings in 10 minutes because it's over with. He know that they gone.
I agree.
You know.
So I'm going to go one level deeper. I thought it should have been over for Brandon Staley at the end of last season when they went to Jacksonville in a playoff game and they collapsed. They blew a big lead, and you cannot survive that. You cannot let it happen because it became the early season narrative. He got asked again and again and again, and he's spitting back at the media about it. That's over. That's history. No, it's not. It happened on your watch. They should have just let him out of his misery at that point. But no, they let him go get our wizard, our man, Kellen Moore, who'd been let go by Mike McCarthy, and that was going to change life for Justin Herbert with the Chargers. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It did not, because I don't think we miss Kellen Moore at all. I don't know about you, but I don't miss him. I like him. I think he's a good dude and all that, but I don't miss him. I haven't missed him for a second this year because I think Mike McCarthy is a better play caller than Kellen Moore. And Kellen Moore has not been able to generate much at all even with Justin Herbert. They have struggled on offense. Obviously, they have struggled on defense. And it got so bad last night that when Jack Jones jumped that route,
the screen,
it's a screen. It's a screen. It's like he knew the play.
No, he saw it. He knew.
He just knew the play. But if we could see this, he jumps it so badly that he's overrun it. He's jumped it so hard. He's completely passed the play and has to reach behind him and one-handed. Right?
Smelt it.
My God.
Saw the formation, studied the film, said, okay, when they do this is what's going to happen.
Lord have mercy. He's the primary on it, and he overruns the route. When that happened, I said, okay, that should be all she wrote right there, because that's the last touchdown scored. The last 2 touchdowns scored were defensive touchdowns that came last play of third quarter and then 2 plays into the fourth quarter, and that's it. And now it's time for us to talk about Antonio Pierce, who was asked after the game about running up the score. And he's like, Well, I wasn't going to tell these boys to take their foot off the gas after we didn't score a point 4 days ago. But the point is, he didn't run up the score. That was the end of the scoring. We're 2 defensive scores. So there is no touchdown. It's not like they're trying to throw big parties in the fourth quarter. They didn't score another point after that touchdown we just saw.
When somebody asked
they did throw that Jacoby Myers touchdown.
Okay. So Michael.
To Devontae Adams.
Okay, so you say that, right?
I liked it.
I loved it. I thought you were supposed to just cut him to the white meat, no question about it.
Right.
But when people say you're running up the score, I've been in games up by 21, up by 24, and then I blink and I'm down by 6.
I understand.
But also,
so you cannot just decide to lay it down and start. You just can't.
Okay, but there are blatant runner-ups.
And there's a difference. Like,
and I'm paid to score. You paid to stop me.
Yeah, I got it. And the guys behind you, Key, or the guys behind me, when they get on the football field, it's their opportunity to show what they can do.
Absolutely.
They're not well, we're going to come out here and make sure you don't get your feelings hurt, even though we'll never get another great opportunity to play in front of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to give these people an opportunity to play ball,
they actually started subbing guys in. It wasn't
They
like
did.
the ones played 4 quarters.
And I'm not absolving them because, like I said, that Jacoby Myers pass.
No, I am.
That was showing enough. No, that was some in your face. We don't care.
Okay.
Right down here, we're going to do this.
But that wasn't in the fourth quarter, though.
It was not
but
in the fourth.
But it was still, they were up 40
Michael.
points. They were up 40 points.
Michael,
We can hand the ball
damn
off.
what?
You can hand the
So
ball
what?
off.
I've seen it happen, man. And I don't blame Antonio.
Well,
but
I'm
here's
not
the
blaming
difference.
him. I'm not blaming them, and I'm saying I'm okay with it. I'm saying everybody has to be okay with it. Antonio's fighting for a job. He's trying to get a job. He's trying to show that we want to be as impressive as we can be so I can get my job. Absolutely. Them backup players, they're fighting for their jobs. So I ain't got no problem. Run up a score.
If they don't hire Antonio, for whatever reason, he makes the mistake and hires somebody else, I'm done with the Raiders for life.
Okay.
And here's why I say that, Skip. Jack Jones is a product of Antonio.
He is. It's Long Beach Poly.
Long Beach Poly, ASU. He gets drafted to New England. He understands that's not for him in New England. They cut him.
Well, it wasn't for Bill.
It wasn't for Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
He cuts him. Antonio goes and picks him up, throws him right in, and hadn't missed a beat. As I told Michael at the start of this, I said, man, that dude, if he could somehow get everything right, he's going to be one of the great corners in this league for a very long time. He's got that lot of talent. On top of that, in terms of speaking to Antonio, I can read lips. Okay? Antonio last night on the sideline, there was a mistake made late in the fourth quarter with about 4 minutes to go. He was screaming, but not screaming. He was dog cursing at them on the defensive side of the ball to get lined up and do the right things. Next thing you know, tackle for loss. And you can see the players going, I got you, I got you. Wasn't no, I'm grown, don't curse at me, what's wrong with you? They're responding a certain way. And that's what you want when you want to win.
And you can talk to them, right.
When Antonio speaks after games, he's in command of that team. He was born to coach the Raiders straight out of Compton in the days the Raiders were the LA Raiders. He looks the part. He acts the part. He's in control. I even loved him. They showed him on Amazon late. I don't know if you stayed with it, but he's in the tunnel as they're coming up, and he's congratulating every single staffer and player. And it was beautiful to watch. Because they're hugging him. And yet, every single interview with Brandon Staley, he looks weak, he looks lost, he looks not in control or command of his football team. He is not a natural-born leader as Antonio is. I don't know. Maybe
he interviews well.
Well, does he? How? Because maybe he is a decent defensive coordinator. I haven't even seen that.
I'm a good defensive coordinator when I got Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald and some of these other pieces that the Rams had.
That's for flew in, and so I didn't see him. Like you said, congratulating all the staff. And you bring it up because it struck you when you saw it. You watched it.
It was beautiful to watch.
Right.
It got me. It gave me goosebumps.
Right, and it took me, and you know what, when you said it, it took me back to me sitting in his office and him talking about.
You went and visited
thing I
Yeah.
did when I went, first thing he did when he gave me the job, I brought all the staff people in one room, let them know the whole building has to be at a certain place.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to give them a voice in all of this to let them know. So to see them on the side, you know, that just confirms what it is.
They better hire him. I know
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Don't play with it.
How can they
cool.
not?
That's cool.
I'm just watching Mark Davis celebrate up in the box.
Yeah,
last
he
night.
was-
How
Come
could
on.
they not, Skip? We say this every year. We say this every year about a coach and an owner. How could they not do this? And yet and still they go and do something different.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.